this is it, just to give you an idea. I'll pass it around in a minute. I'll go through a few slides. As you can see, it's a slightly unusual shape, but one that is really quite nice to hold. What we find with other cameras sometimes it's a bit, awkward to hold things. So kind of the first thing about is really its design, the way that it's kind of been set up. It's very easy to use. It has one button on the back, your shutter button, press it once, take a picture, press and hold it, takes video. Okay, just to give you a quick. So that's what it looks like. I suppose when I look at Thomas's slides, maybe some music up on here. I mean, we all want to be taking pictures, video all the time these days. Everyone is a content creator. Everyone's got events going on, family activities, and you want to be able to take that picture right at the moment that you kind of is key and not miss anything. So I suppose one of the key things that we've identified at HTC is that you are kind of forced mostly at the moment to be looking through a viewfinder of some description. So usually if you're at an event or something, you're looking through your mobile phone, you're not really experiencing the event, you're not enjoying it to its full capacity. And really, what we're trying to do with the Re camera is give you the opportunity to be able to take your footage, take your pictures, and enjoy the event that you're at the same time. Now you can do both. So, Re, as we're positioning it, it's a remarkable little camera. We want people to focus at the moment, not on the camera. It's very easy to use. It's quite versatile. It's actually, something, as I say, if you just click and press it and take a picture, it means that you can just grab it instantly and capture stuff, and then without having to worry about getting your phone out, turning it onto camera mode, getting it all up and ready. You get the message. So, I was going to put some of these things. Grab it and shoot it. Okay. So it's a camera that's designed to be used with one hand. It's easy to hold. It's natural. It feels natural to hold it and to point and shoot in this kind of way. It's lightweight. It's compact. You can use it all day, and it really fits in your pocket. So you don't, you can kind of put it in your pocket, not even worry about it. Throw it in your handbag, throw it in your laptop bag. And then you've got it on hand whenever you need it without needing your big SLR cameras and any other items you might take with you. It's really, really simple to use. It is as easy as just pressing the button, and you don't even need to worry about learning how to work all the different functions on it. We've made it as simple as possible so that anyone can pick it up and use it. We've got guys in the office giving it to their kids all the time. They go outside, taking their pictures, they love it, And it means that when you look back at your content, you're actually getting it from all different views and different, angles. You can hand it around to all of your friends and family. As I showed you before, one tap for a picture, press and hold it for video. So I'll take a nice video. And I'm going to pick the other buttons in a minute, so great ones. Okay, let's kind of see some good stuff. So the whole point here, okay, is it's got 146-degree viewfinder, so you don't need to worry about missing what you're looking at. Effectively, when you press and hold it wherever you're looking at, you're going to get the majority of your peripheral view that you would normally see when you're viewing anything. Okay. It also has even more super wide angle, which will give you a fisheye effect, which you can convert back later in the app if you need to as well. Sharp and bright photos, so it's got a 16-megapixel compact camera, and it's also got full HD video with video stabilization, and it works obviously day and nighttime shots. It's really good quality. And really, yeah, it's all about being able to look at the world in different angles, being able to use it out and about, whenever you feel there's a moment you want to capture, share with other people. And one thing I suppose I'll touch a bit more on later, but the accessories, we have got a number of accessories that will be going free. What I'll do is I'll pass you around the camera for a little bit so you can have a look at that. I'll also pass you around so you get an idea of some of the accessories we've got coming out. So we'll have we've got a head strap, we've got this great bike mount that you can basically put bike, boat, wherever you want to put it on, a suction cup, which It's stuck to the table. But this one is actually brilliant for if you're doing time-lapse video at all. You can stick it to any kind of surface, stick it to the window, and it'll just set it up nicely for some of the time-lapse videos you might decide to take on it. And we also have what we're calling, I've not got the box with me here, the outdoor pack, which actually will come, I'll come to the waterproof bits, it will come with an extra waterproofing guard and a lens cap, so I'll get to those in a sec. One thing to know first of all is that Re's waterproof out of the box, so it's IPX7 out of the box, it's up to 1 metre for 30 minutes, and that is without having anything covering the USB power slot. Okay, so we have a special film in there that means that it's still IPX7 without having to stick any little, I know that some cameras have to stick little kind of bits in there to be able to make it waterproof. This is waterproof straight out of the box without anything else. If you were to buy the additional outdoor pack, then the protection pack, sorry, then it will come with this additional little screw-in piece for the bottom, which will turn it into being IPX8, which I believe is 2 hours and 3 metres. So that just means you can take it underwater for longer if you want to. It has this really nice little lanyard. I'll pass this around as well, you can have a look, it feels really nice. And then what it also comes with is a lens cap, just really so that if you've got it in your bag, you take it to the beach, you know, that sort of things, you want to make sure it's protected, it doesn't get scratched up too much, so it's a good little accessory, that one. So I'll pass that around as well, have a look. I've gone through that bit. So that's all our protection pack. Then the other thing to note, which you can see in that one, I've actually just started myself, so actually. On the front of the camera, right here, there's another button. That's the only other button on the device, which will actually put the device into slow motion mode. So if you press and hold that for a second, it will make a different noise. You can try it for us now. Are you coming out the speaker? Is it flashing blue on the back? Yeah. So you press and hold it, it makes a noise usually. I think it might have had the speaker covered up. And then on the front there, you can see it's flashing in blue, and on the back it's flashing in blue, so that makes you know that you're in slow motion mode. This is sort of, high definition slow motion, 4 times slower, 125 frames per second, 720p. And then also in the app later on, you can actually edit and play with that so that you can, kind of crop it down to which bits you want to be slow motion and which bits you don't necessarily. And then my favourite mode, one of my favourite modes is the time-lapse mode. So this, you set it up, I'll show you in the app in a little bit how to set it up. And effectively you can ask it, you can tell it how many pictures you want to take per second. If you want to take 1 picture per second, you want to take 1 picture every 5 seconds, how long you want it to run for, and set up your own time-lapse. And it's a really nice way for consumers to kind of get those cool effects that they see, professionals doing, but in a very sort of simple and easy way for them to do themselves. So then I suppose we kind of move on to the app side of things now, and really one point to make quite clear to you all, okay, is that the Re is device agnostic. It will work across all Android and iPhone operating systems, and effectively the way that it pairs with the device, you download an application for it, and then it uses Wi-Fi and Bluetooth to pair the device with the Re. So I'll give you a little bit of an example. So this kind of, what this enables you to do is be able to see, you can either use it as a viewfinder. Sorry, it's just, that's my Re. Let's take this over here. Okay, so then you can see, this turns Re into the device into the viewfinder for the camera. So it's all live footage there. You can take pictures remotely if you want to. You can also set it to being video mode and even as time-lapse mode. And when you're in time-lapse, you go into the settings here, and you can set up how many seconds you want to take it, for how long, and also one thing to note is the playback mode. So you can kind of set whether you want to have it smooth, average, or rough, so 30 frames a second, 10 frames, and 1 frame. And that will determine the speed in which it all comes back, plays back in. what I would just do, kind of point out and recommend, once you set that one for that particular recording, you can't change it afterwards. So it's worth having a little play, see which playback speed you find more preferential for your choices. And then what it will do is it will kind of show you, okay, so if I've got it one photo every 10 seconds for 90 minutes, that's going to make an 18-second video from 541 photos, okay? So that's kind of very simply how you can use it. Then what you also have in here as well is your gallery of all of the pictures that you've taken on the Re. And this is all kind of reading directly from the Re device at the moment. What you can do is you can actually download these, whichever ones you want to, direct to your device and upload them to Wi-Fi, via Wi-Fi. And what we kind of, probably not running on the right slides for the presentation, but one of the great things that we would, recommend trying out when you've got the Re, downloading to the device, and we can actually create it, we would actually put everything into a video highlight. So we have an application called Zoe, HTC, which again, device agnostic, runs across or Android and will be iOS as of mid-December. And that's a really great way of actually compiling your videos and getting a nice little video highlights that you can share easily across social channels and with your friends and family. So I think I've kind of covered most of the stuff. Obviously available across all devices. We're going to be launching with 3 colours in this market initially. So I've got the orange here. At the moment I've got samples in for white and navy as well. And then there's potentially going to be another colour coming up next year, but haven't had confirmation on that just yet. And as I kind of went through a little bit earlier with some of the accessories, so you can see, I mean, the whole premise of this this device is that it's not a direct competitor to GoPro. We're not looking for the extreme sports market at all. We're looking for the everyday consumer that wants to be able to capture footage of their special moments. And so the accessories that we've got trying to help them be able to do that in lots of fun and different ways so they can capture different content. So yeah, already gone through the bike mount, our outdoor pack with the protection lens cap. This is a clip-on, which you can put onto your bag, into your shirt. There's also a head mount, charging station, and the extended battery. We're actually not looking at that this year. Potentially be out for next year. It's kind of just gives you a bit more detail on these bits, but I mean we've got all of the other standard ones. Your car charger, which I've got over there, AC charger, and this the head mount as well. So this clip-on thing goes straight onto that as well. The other thing to point out as well is that Re has got the like a standard tripod screw mount in the bottom. So you can put this onto any tripod that you might have in your existing collection. It does prove to look a little bit funny on some of the larger ones, which is always interesting to see. But yeah, it's great because it's just, again, we want to make this simple for the people. We don't want them to have to necessarily replace every piece of kit that they've got. So if they've got other, cool, cute. So we've got the tripod mount. Then obviously there's the micro USB charging port, and then just underneath a little protective piece here with the micro SD card goes in. In terms of micro SD card, it takes up to 128 gigabytes. And it actually, in the box, it will ship with an 8 gigabyte card to ensure that we can use it straight out of the box. Obviously, for those that like to take a lot of footage, they might like to extend that to 32, 64, 28, 128. So just really to give you a very quick overview of who our target audiences are for this device, just to kind of, mindset, we're not looking at extreme sports people. Go mama, go papas, as we call them. So, people with young kids, I'm sure, I don't know, maybe some of you got kids in the room. Yeah, okay. But there's always stuff, you're doing stuff on the weekends all the time. You want to be capturing it, you want to be, capturing them growing up, all of their parties, all fun, pieces. So, I kind of, this is quite a big audience, I think, for us in terms of who are targeting. They're people with disposable incomes, and you know they want something that's just easy that they can use. And the fact that it could be used waterproof, is a really good feature as well. Our next audience is the electric youth. So these guys, I mean, are going to be all over it this summer. Pool parties, out on the beach, out at festivals. They want to be, again, shooting and sharing, capturing stuff, being able to kind of share it with their friends, and they want that kind of social kudos as well. So I think it would really be a great gift for them at Christmas time. And our final audience is the trigger happy traveller, as we call them. So these people, you know, obviously going overseas or even internally within Australia, want to be taking lots of footage of their trip, but they don't want to be carrying around masses of equipment. So we think this is another great audience for this device for us to be looking at. So this one here, okay, just a bit of footage by Ree, which doesn't look as amazing on a projector, but it's still gives you an idea of all of the you can see fully waterproof in the pool there. Actually pretty good quality on the waterproof video as well. And this is on one of the bike mounts, you've got it there. A bit of slow motion footage coming up from here. You've always seen this video, everyone. How many times have you seen it?
Few.
So you got the white man there, it's quite nice taking a bit of a different view of things. Couldn't do that on your smartphone really. So I'm finishing with my time lapse there. So again, really just reinforcing remarkable little camera, focusing on the moment and not on the camera. So giving you that, you know, it's really about just being able to shoot and share through your device and not missing what's actually going on around you at the time. It's kind of a bit of a slide on the tech specs here, but you know, fairly standard 16 megapixel for photos, full HD 1080p for video, 46 degree super wide angle lens, and then in terms of like what the battery life is like, the battery life will take 100 minutes of continuous video footage, so it's like an hour and 40 minutes, and I think it's about 1,000 photos, yeah. It's what it's kind of supported with. I suppose what I didn't mention as well is that the device is actually activated with a grip sensor as soon as you pick it up. Okay, so there's no need to switch it on and off. You can literally pick it up. That activates the device. So obviously, if you hold it all day, that might drain your battery a little bit. But that means it's on straight away. If you do want to turn it off, if you're getting, got it in your pocket, you're getting the odd kind of pocket press or whatever, you can go into the app and you can actually switch it off via the app if you want to be able to do that without actually needing it. But what we really wanted to do is minimise the amount of buttons on here and make it really as easy to use as possible. So we've only got the 2 key buttons on the actual device. I think that's about it for the presentation. I'm happy to start fielding some questions.
Sure, I've got a question. I was just wondering, you were mentioning something about Zoe in December, so that's coming for iOS in December.
Yes, it is.
And okay, so and that's going to have the same features, more or less.
As the Zoe for Android? Yeah. So it'll be the same.
Is Zoe only on HTC or is it on other Androids as well?
No, so it's available in the Android app Play Store now. So it can run on any device.
Sure.
And then iOS has just been coming, but it should be here middle of December.
Sure. And then you were saying that it works on any phone, but HTC makes Windows phones. I know they don't sell them here. But are you planning on having it for Windows Phone as well next year?
At the moment, we don't have the app available for Windows. That's not to say it won't come next year. but I couldn't tell you when exactly what the plan is for Windows at the moment.
And then also, I mean, obviously I'll get a chance to play with it, but how often when you take photos, and obviously you're taking video, but how often when you take photos is it at an angle? You know, not sort of full. I mean, when I was holding it, I was sort of holding it steady, and I guess as I said, I'll see. But you must have used it.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's kind of, again, you know, we can build the technology, but we can't create good photographers. So it's kind of down to how you use it, and I find I've played with it a bit. So things like, it's very easy to move it when you're taking a picture because you're not necessarily looking at what you're taking a picture of. So that was something that I kind of learned through trial and error. But that's kind of a big thing, and I think it's a question of trial and error. You kind of start playing with it, you take a few shots, and usually it's like in your house, in the office, taking a few bits and pieces, and you start to look at it, and quite quickly you can gauge then where's the best position to take this. You know, I know kind of when I was on holiday, I had those big cams, so you kind of position it in here, and then you could just get like a view of everything. So, but you know, I do find it is actually quite simple once you play with it a little bit. It's not too bad. But I mean, again, some people like to have the cool angle shots in different ways. So you know, it's all down to what you want to do with it. Yeah.
Can you adjust the field of view in the app? Say if you don't want to always have everything at 146 degrees, can you reduce that?
So I've got kind of like two, so let me just show you the app, it's much easier to demonstrate on these things. Because basically it has, I don't think you can go lower than 146 degrees, but you can go wider, so you can actually have more of a fisheye lens. Which you can then convert back. So let me just find the camera settings. So in the camera settings, there's what we call ultra wide angle. So just to like give you an idea, this is what we're looking at the moment, which is terrible. I can't see anything. And then if I go back into my settings. Put it onto ultra wide angle lens. I don't know if you can see the difference there, but that's much more of a fisheye effect. And what that will do, what you can do then is you actually go back in afterwards once you've taken the footage and remove the fisheye effect if you wanted to. So you could be capturing more, then it will take that effect away if you'd rather have it normal afterwards. But you can't make it any much smaller than that. It still captures kind of everything within its range.
And is that viewfinder, if you're using the phone as a viewfinder, is that giving you the full field of view?
Yeah.
So there's nothing going to be missing, like extra when you look at photos after?
No, so that's fully what you're getting out of this device at the moment. So it doesn't actually, it's giving you everything. So that's why it's kind of a fisheye effect, I suppose. I can't get the whole picture in. But yeah, so if you wanted to, like, that's the best way I find is to have play with it with the viewfinder. You can kind of get an idea of what you're actually taking, and then you start to get more confident using it without, and you know, knowing you can get everything right first time.
With the video recording, if you have an external battery, can it record for as long as you want, or is it limited by the card? And then the other question is, with the extended battery that's coming next year, does that have the tripod mount underneath it?
So the extended battery, I haven't seen a sample of myself, but as far as I'm aware, it will attach using that tripod screw in the bottom. That's how it will lock in, as you can lock in then with the micro USB. There is a accessory there, which is the charging stand. So this one we find is actually quite good if you're taking time lapse and stuff, because obviously you take time lapse, you want to do it for a few hours. Sure. You can set that up and set the re-up in that, and then it will be charging throughout the entire time that you are you're videoing for. But that's going to be a key one. I mean the battery extender, I haven't got that much detail on yet because it hasn't been released. But it will expand it by 3 or 4 times.
And so, what is the battery life?
So it will take 100 minutes of video.
Or 1,000 photos, yeah.
1,000 photos, yeah. So that's what happened. Got another 50 minutes on here. So yeah, that's kind of the battery life on it at the moment. And obviously, yeah, as I say, it's got a grip sensor in it. So if you're holding it all day, that will potentially drain some of your battery, so you want to make sure you kind of use it and put it away, sort of thing.
And which stores will sell it? Sorry.
No, you're right.
Which
Yeah,
stores?
No, that's cool. So at the moment we'll be launching just prior to Christmas with Telstra. And Rob, are you still on the line there?
Yeah, I am, yep.
Can you just remind me who the other retailer is that we're launching prior to Christmas with?
Yeah, prior to Christmas, the product will be ranged in Telstra Phone Zone branded stores and also NextBite.
NextBite, that's it, I was thinking that we had. And then we actually have a view to a larger consumer electronics and mass output after Christmas.
Yeah, you'd expect to see the device range, I guess, in more traditional consumer electronics stores, the likes of Chappie Hi-Fi, Harvey Norman, Dick Smith, The Good Guys, and the like in the new year.
Do you guys have pricing yet for the Re and the accessories?
We are just finalising that detail with Telstra, and in terms of the release, which we're also finalising this last bit of detail, so we'll have that ready and we'll be issuing that out for broader distribution today. So just bear with us. There's some little bits and pieces that we're sort of dotting the I's and crossing the T's on, but you'll see that detail come through in the release hopefully this afternoon.
Cool.
Is it already on sale in any other territories globally?
Yes. Oh, sorry, popped down there. Yes, it is. It's been on sale in the US and I believe in EMEA as well. I know that the US had it up because they've been up. They've been having with Best Buy was one they've been doing quite a big push with. They've also got it in Brazil and I can't remember which other stores they've got it in. But yeah, they've only got literally probably 2 weeks max. They've had it on shelf.
Oh, okay, 2 weeks. Okay. And it's not competing with GoPro, but
No.
is there kids could use it? It's a very simple sort of device.
Yeah. So that's the whole thing, I think.
How resilient is it? I mean, is there any measure of?
A few rocks, it was down at the bottom there before one of my sisters ran down and got it, and it's been fine ever since. So you know, I think they're pretty good.
Pretty resilient.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you smash it, throw it over someone, you know, that
You haven't thrown it under a car yet.
Yeah, no, I haven't actually got that far. But one of the guys said that his daughter was actually using it to kill ants. So she's been like, and it's still working fine. It's slightly scratched, but it was doing pretty well. So yeah, I think they are
pretty kid-proof.
Yeah. I mean, we've had this, and it's been in swimming pools, it's been in ponds, it's been in bottles of champagne, and various other things. You gotta try these things out. So we've had it in the buckets, we've had it in jugs, and all I would say, give it a rinse after you've used it. So, like with any devices that are waterproof, particularly if you take it into salt water, you want to give it a rinse afterwards with some fresh water to make sure that it doesn't kind of all clog up. They'd say that about anything really. The only other things I suppose I didn't quite really, sorry, Thomas normally does this, he's very much better at these things. You got lights, so you got your speaker on the top here, not speaker, your microphone on the top here. Records full HD audio as well. And it's in a good position so you're not kind of like usually covering it. Then down here you've got your light for when you're actually using it, and you've got a little speaker down there as well, which is what's making the noises for this. If you want to as well, another good tip is you can actually, in the app, you can change the camera noises. So you can have it on loud, soft, or switch it off altogether. So when you're taking a time-lapse video, you might want to switch off the sound on it because it can be a little bit annoying sometimes. Just trying to think if there's anything else I've missed. I mean, the presentation of everything on there. It really is like so easy to use, I tell you. And honestly, everyone I've shown it to has been like, "This is awesome. Where can I get one? When's it coming out?" Because GoPros, who wants to spend $500 on a GoPro? This is not going to be anywhere near that expensive. And it's kind of like people, want to have that kind of ease of use, have that kind of compact sort of video camera on them all the time that they can just grab and use and what have you. So I think this is going to be a really, really big hit with people. So I'd be keen to hear your feedback when you've had a chance to play with them, because we're really excited about the product and taking it out there. You can show them.